Hey guys, welcome to a new video. This is Jack from Geek Assets and geekassets.com. First, I wanted to welcome everybody in and say I hope you're having a great holiday weekend. This video is being shot on Monday, Memorial Day, and the country's opening up in a lot of places. Everybody's getting back out. This last week was the first week I went to my LCS in quite a while. It was great to see people, and hopefully we're going to be starting to get a lot more new books in as well. I've read everything that I had from before, so I'm excited to see some new stuff. So today's video, we don't have a CGC unboxing today, but I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes look at some of the books that I've put aside over the last year into some short boxes that I'm kind of interested in getting them pressed or sent in to CGC. And when it really comes down to making the decisions, I'm always picking and choosing, but then the rest go back in the box like everybody else probably does. So over the last couple of months, I've done a lot of big books, or for me, big books or emotional books, things that I'm attached to that you guys have seen in the prior couple of CGC videos. So those aren't here, obviously, since they've already been done. So now we're starting to get into some really interesting secondary choices. So let's jump right in here. And some of these are going to have to be pressed before they get sent out. So the first thing I grabbed about a year ago, I was looking for Ultimate Fallout 4, and I did not have the actual first print, but somebody sold a whole batch of the second prints, and this is before this book started to go even crazier. So I have two of each of these, so this is kind of cool. This variant, right, this one, and there's two of those, and then I have the other variant, okay? So I have two of these. And from what I'm seeing nowadays, and they all look really good. I would get them pressed just to make sure, because we know that story. But at this point, I think they're going for around $100 or a little over $100. So as Ultimate Fallout, the first edition, first printing goes up, those seem to be going up a little bit as well. So maybe it's worth it at some point getting those graded and maybe selling a few of them to buy something else. Okay, so moving on. I know I'm a sucker for those store exclusive variant covers sometimes, which is pretty crazy. But here's one that I couldn't pass up. I just love the artwork on this. So I'm going to try to do the best I can with the glare. You guys have probably seen this cover. This is Powers of X #1, and it's one of 600 copies that were printed. So Powers of X #1, and this is the Virgin variant. And you guys know from my other video, I'm also a sucker for, wow, the glare is pretty bad here. This is so I really love that one, and we'll put that aside. And these have never been opened since I have other versions of them. This I absolutely love. Look at this. Now, this is Perillo, one of my favorite artists, and I think this is, gosh, is this Detective 1000? Is this one of the variants for Detective 1000? Or is this the Batman Who Laughs variant? I cannot remember that. You know what? Let's switch this up, guys. I hate moving the camera, but it always works better when I do this, so let's see if we can get this to work better. Okay, that's better, I think. Okay, so I love that. That is a Perillo cover. I can't remember. It doesn't have the little thing in the back. If this was the Detective, and now, you know what? This can't be Detective 1000. This has to be Batman Who Laughs #1 variant, and there's a bunch of these. I'm pretty sure that's what this is, but it's a Perillo cover. Fantastic. That has to be graded. Just love it. So let's grab a stack and we'll keep rolling. As I said, these are all books that I'm interested in getting pressed and graded at some point. This is from my boxes. As I've told you guys, they've come from Florida. These are all been in boxes for over 30 years. They've been rebagged, but they've been with me. This is Logan's Run #1 from 1977. And that's probably a 6 at the most. There's like a little tear at the top. I don't know. It's a mid-grade copy, around a 6, something like that. Okay, this is a modern day. I don't know. A lot of people were not overly thrilled with this miniseries or this event. I thought it was really unique and really different. This is Heroes in Crisis 1, and this is one of the variants, one of the kind of chase quote unquote variants. And I thought it was a really cool cover, and I'm a big Harley fan, so I bought it. And it's worth more than I paid for it, but I bought it because I really like the cover. This was in my collection, and you can see what I paid for it years ago. Well, actually, it was half price of this. This is Green Lantern number 48 from 1994. And I believe that's the first Kyle, what's his face? Rayner, whatever, the other Green Lantern. He came after I had stopped collecting. Rayner, yeah, Kyle Rayner. And I believe this is his first appearance. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I know that there's some significance here. All right. That's going to be a high grade once it's pressed. Okay. Here is for our Marvel friends. Here's Infinity Gauntlet number 1. This is probably a 9.4 to a 9.6. You know, there's plenty of those. That's why I haven't sent this in. But I guess at some point when I get down to it, that'll be one that I send in. This is a much newer comic. This is that Captain Marvel Inyuk Lee variant. And that's never been opened since I have a different copy of that, another copy of it. That's definitely going to be sent in. I don't know, maybe even sold. I love it. I love it. I love his artwork, but maybe that's one that I would sell and use that money to get another Grail or something else that I want to get or put towards. We shall see. The next batch is a little different. So these are comics that are, again, from my collection, Silver Age stuff that I just absolutely love. Fans of this channel know that I love Silver Age books, a lot of DC. This is Batman 169. I believe this is the first Penguin from the Silver Age. And this is going to be in a high mid-grade. I don't know about that. Maybe not. Maybe about a 4. Something like that. These are going out. This is my next CGC submission, actually. This is X-Men number 8. And I believe I may have shown these before, but that's X-Men number 8. And early X-Men. Here's X-Men 26. This is a great cover. X-Men 26. That's definitely going out. That is part of my next submission. Here's Superman 159. No major significance that I'm aware of. It's just one of those Silver Age amazing. And I'm like a big fan of any Krypton kind of or Kandor stories, anything like that. So, and this is in really great condition. Definitely getting that over to CGC. I believe I've shown this before. This is Showcased 60. This was pressed by the Comic Book Presser recently. And this is the reintroduction of the Spectre in the Silver Age. Okay. There's so many great showcase books, by the way, for people that are newer collectors and you're looking for stuff from the Silver Age that's really cool. You need to check out some of those showcases, not just the first Green Lantern or the first Flash. There's a lot of really interesting stuff there. Big Plastic Man fan, as you guys know. This is from the 60s. This is number 1. And then the number 11 of this actually came out. They continued the numbering. The number 11 came out in 1970s, which is where I got introduced to this character. So that's number 1 from the 60s. And here's another modern day book, another one of those exclusives. This is New Mutants number 1. This is a 1 of 750. Pretty cool cover, right? And that should be a 9698 candidate. It's never been touched. So that is definitely going in that pile. And then let's go through some of these a little bit quicker so we can so we can show you guys more. All right, hold on one second, guys. Here's another one of those exclusives. This is that DC, what is that series? Oh yeah, Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Blackest Night number 1. This is the Limb cover. This is 109 of 1,000 of these were made. I just thought this was a really awesome cover. Really awesome cover. I'm sorry about the glare. All right. We'll put that with some of those exclusives. Here is G.I. Joe #1. And I thought this was like a 9/8 candidate, but there's a little bit of a mark in the middle. It looks like it may be a manufacturer's defect. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do to me. It's a tiny little mark, but it is on the comic. So I don't know if they could give me a 9/8 on this. It's probably not a 9/8 candidate because of that. So that I held back. You guys saw that I got the Virgin variant of this back, the Joker Year of the Villain, in a 9/8. Here is the minimal trade dress. Mike Mayu cover. I think that was a Mike Mayu cover. And here's the full, full regular dress of that. So those two will be sent off and will be sold since I have the 9/8 of the Virgin variant. Okay, here's another one that a lot of people, modern collectors, always are looking for. I think I have a few of these. This is the newer X-Men from the 90s, #4. This is Red, oh my God, I just went blank. You know who I'm talking about. Red Samurai or Red, I just totally went blank. But you guys know the character. This is the first introduction of that guy. All right, so that's that. Oh, these are cool. We'll hold these for a second later. All right, this is another one of those weird store exclusive things. I think that's what this was. Crimes of Passion, 80-page giant. This came out a few months ago. Loved this cover. Absolutely love this cover. Harley Joker cover. It is fantastic. I cannot remember who the artist was on this. Was it Ian McDonald maybe? I don't remember. But whatever it is, amazing cover. That should be a high grade. Here is Avengers 196. This almost makes the grade for me to send it in every single time. It's not a perfect copy by any stretch. There are ticks on here. I have not had this pressed. These are not pressable ticks. They are color breaking. Other than that, there's a tiny tear in the front. There's a little bit of a crease. This is kind of a, I guess this is probably a 6.65 at the most. I don't know if it can be more than that. Somewhere in that range. Okay, this is just one that I got recently. So you guys know I love the Super Sons. This is one of the variant covers. There's quite a few of these. So this is the one that I didn't have. Love that cover. One of my favorite series since I've been back collecting is the Super Sons, and love Damian Wayne. Okay, so that's one of the covers. I think that's the last one that I didn't have. That should come back in high grade. Okay, now here we go. I think this is probably one of the last ones, but here's another modern variant. And guess who it is? It's Perillo again. Jean Grey, Marvel Girl. Okay, and this is a 1 of 750. 1 of 750. And that should be high grade, obviously, as well. And now we're completely on the other side of the spectrum. This is a Plastic Man book from the, I believe this is still late 40s, early 50s. I don't remember. This is number 62 of his own series. It's either late 40s, early 50s. Probably, I think it's early 50s. Here you go. And anytime I see these in pretty decent shape for the right price, I will pick them up. Isn't that amazing? A cover with somebody smoking. Can you imagine that today? A cigar cover. All right. So there you go. And let's grab a few more. Hopefully you guys find this interesting, just checking out some of the books. Oh, look at that. Here is actually one of the other Super Sons. This is the same this is the same one that you just saw, except that this one is the black and white version, what they call the black and white version. Okay, black and white version. That's kind of cool. I forgot that I got that from eBay as a set. All right, so here's Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man #1. High mid-grade copy, I guess. I don't know. Without opening this up and looking at it, there's a little bit of creasing on the bottom. There's definitely some creasing on the spine. Probably a 5.5, something like that. It's not bad. It's a good copy. it's a decent copy. All right, one of my favorite exclusive covers that I bought in the last few years. I love this. This is the Batman Superman. If you guys aren't reading this, it was really good. This is one of 500 of these, and this is Warren Liu. This is a KRS comic exclusive, and I'm pretty sure this is Warren Liu, another one of my favorite artists. Look at this. I think that cover is great. I really love that cover. So that's definitely going. And by the way, I think there is two of those also, two different versions of that. Here is a newer comic that was a spec comic that I thought I would get months and months ago. People were interested in this comic. I have not read this comic yet. This is Magic Order #1. All right. Is it worth sending into CGC and trying to get a high grade at this moment? I guess. I think they're making a Netflix show or something like that. That's what I remember hearing. Here is one of the Batman #50 exclusives that I bought. I bought a couple of them, but this one I really liked a lot. Of course, this is Alex Ross. Can't go wrong with Alex Ross. He does an amazing Batman. Look at that. That's Alex Ross. And that should be graded as well. All right, from that same time period. Here is Amazing Spider-Man #800, and this is, I believe, Gabriel Dell'Otto. Okay, this is the Dell'Otto cover. That should come back in a super high grade. Not in a rush to send that in, but I guess I should at some point. Here is Silver Surfer #34. This is, I guess, some kind of a, this is a Thanos appearance. This is one of those key issues from that series, I guess. So I pulled that out at some point. Let's see, where are we here? Okay. Next one. Here is a really good copy. This is potentially a 9/8 of Excalibur #1. It was one of those crazy X-Men spin-offs that they had 40 million different spin-offs of back when I was collecting, when I first, when I was in my heyday. I don't think it's worth that much. Probably in a 9/8 it's worth something, I would think. I haven't looked. Here's a comic a lot of people are looking for, I guess. This is the Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine solo story. Marvel Comics Presents #1. That is going to come back if I press it at a 9-something. 9-something. Here is Marvel Feature Presents The Defenders #3. This is from the 70s. This is a really good, there's a little bit of a crease there, but that's a pretty cool Marvel book for my Marvel fans. And here's another one of those 80s #1s. And I'm not going to give it away, but the books that are at CGC right now are going to have quite a few from this era that are interesting that you don't see on YouTube very often. This is Firestorm #1. This is not the first Firestorm series. This is the second. The first one is where they introduced him, I guess. This is the second. I don't know if I have the first one. But that's a super high grade book, like most of my books from the 80s. Let's see. Okay, a lot of buzz starting on these books, these $20.99 books for some reason all of a sudden. They weren't worth anything, and I think now there's getting to be some interest. This is Spider-Man $20.99. Hard book to get in a high grade because of those metal-looking covers. These metallic-looking covers. This is a 9.4 or above candidate, no doubt about it. That's in perfect condition. All right, now we're going to get into some interesting stuff. These are Fantastic Fours that I have not sent in yet. They're in no order. These are Silver Age Fantastic Fours. One of my favorite Marvel comics is the Silver Age Fantastic Four books. That's number 65. I would say most of these are going to be in mid-grade. Okay, mid-grade. Some better than others. This is number 57. And I think I have two Fantastic Fours right now that are CGC. Number 10 and the one with Annihilus, the king size special or whatever that is. I sent that one in. Here's oh, this one looks really clean. This is really nice. Number 56. number 56. And a lot of these I'm pretty confident are Jack Kirby. Oh yeah, they're definitely Jack Kirby stuff. Here's 41. This has some spine ticks, but other than that, it's really good. 41. And here's number 40. Daredevil and Dr. Doom are on the cover. Again, I would say this is a high. This one has a little bit more spine ticks. I don't know. They're mid-grade copies. They're not low grade, but they're around mid-grade copies. And here's a few more. Here is number 39. This is an amazing cover. A lot of people absolutely love this cover, and I am one of them. So as you can see, it's not that I'm totally a DC guy. I love some Marvel stuff, mainly Fantastic Four and X-Men, but I do like old Avengers. And here's 38. Frightful Four appearance. Okay, another mid-grade copy, maybe lower mid-grade. And here is X-Men 30. This is definitely a lower grade. Look at the way the Thing looks in this. Interesting. All right, a few more and we'll call it quits for this video. But just taking you guys on a little bit of a ride of the stuff that I'm looking at maybe sending in the next few months. Here's the Power of Warlock. Now, this is some of the Marvel stuff I never really read back then, so I really don't know that much about this character. I know everybody loves him, and they're specking on this guy hard. I don't know enough about him. This is from a collection that I bought probably 30 years ago. So that's that. All right, back to what I do know about, Silver Age DC. Here is a great cover, Detective Comics 341, Silver Age. Look at that Joker cover. Nice. I remember this book. Wow, I remember this book when I was like 10 years old. I've had this book forever. I don't know what it is. I just like this cover. This is 363. This is probably a 7.5 to an 8.0. There's a little bit of a spine tick situation. Other than that, it's in high grade. You know, it's in really good grade. Okay, there's that. Here is, I don't know why these were thrown in here, but here's 2 copies of Fantastic Four 286. Oh yeah, this was a key issue because of Phoenix. So I pulled these out. That's the only reason. I don't know what they're worth. They're both high grade, so I guess I should send one of those in and maybe sell it, use that money for something else. I do have this book currently at CGC, but I have multiple copies. So this is another copy of Crisis on Infinite Earths #1, mint, no doubt about it. And this is the other one that was sent in. Well, let me just grab both of these. These are the other key issues from that series. This is #8, Death of the Flash, Crisis on Infinite Earths. I don't think I sent that one in with the last batch, so this one will probably get sent in at some point. And then the other key issue, an amazing George Perez cover. Classic George Perez, #7, Death of Supergirl in Crisis on Infinite Earths. I'm not a big signature guy, but that'd be kind of cool to get that signed. I think that would be one of those that I actually would want, even though I'm not the big Sig guy. All right, so here's a few more Batmans. I've been sending in a lot of Batmans in the last couple of CGCs. These are ones that didn't make the grade yet. This is the Joker is Wild, Batman 366, big Joker cover. Once that gets pressed, that'll be high grade. Here is Batman New Adventures. Well, Batman 416. I believe this is the first. I forgot which one this is, whether this is Jason Todd or this is the first Nightwing in the Batman book when he's Nightwing. I can't remember which one it is, but this is some kind of a key issue as well. And last key issue from these is a great cover. This is 465. Batman 465. So these are the ones that are left that I haven't sent in yet, the Batman stuff from the 80s. Okay. All right, so here's a few more Batman books. I'll show you these real quick, and then we'll show the rest on another video. This is another 1960s book. This is 164. I don't believe there's anything special about this other than it's one of my Silver Age Batmans. Okay. Okay, here's another book that brings back a huge amount of memories. Love this cover. Just thought this was just one of the most amazing covers. I remember having this book, again, when I was 8 to 10 years old. This is Batman 175. It is in great, great condition. And that needs to get sent in. I'm going to put that. I mean, that's in really good condition. You know what? That's going in the pile that is going to be in the next CGC. This is another one of those Penguin books from the 60s. This is 190. So I think this may be the second appearance in the Silver Age of the Penguin. Again, mid-grade, good mid-grade, good high mid-grade. This is another one that people love. This is Batman 199, where he's actually at the newsstand seeing comic books. So if you haven't seen that cover, look at that. Isn't that cool? I always thought that was a pretty neat cover. This cover and the Beatles cover is kind of a cool cover. And I do not have that Beatles cover. That's one that maybe at the right price I would buy. All right. So should we stop there? I think that's a good place to stop. I will show you guys one more. I'm a fan of the Blue Beetle. And this is one of the early Blue Beetles. This is one of the Charleston ones. So I don't remember, this is one of the, there's no number on this one. I can't remember whether this was the number 1 of the Charlestons or something like that. So, and I'm not going to take it out of there. I'm just going to show you guys the cover. It's kind of cool, right? That's pretty cool. That is a high grade, couple of spine ticks, but everything else is in good shape. A little bit of a crease on the corner. But for a book from back then, this is going to be at least a 7. Something like that. So that completes you guys taking a glimpse into one of my short boxes. A bunch of these have to be sent to the comic book presser, Chris, who does a great job. We're going to have some other videos coming up. Stay tuned. I want to thank all of those people also from getting the word out about the service that we are offering at geekassets.com. During the pandemic, we were in the process of creating this new website, geekassets.com, long before the pandemic, but sometimes things happen for a reason. So check out the other videos on our channel that are not unboxings. I do have a playlist for those that explain what geekassets.com is all about. In a nutshell, we started a new service here. Through geekassets.com, where if you have any type of financial issues or whatever it may be, or an opportunity to purchase something but don't have the cash, don't want to use a credit card, don't want those crazy interest rates, and don't want your credit checked, then you can use us to take your slabbed comics, your CGC slabs, if they're approved by us, depending on what they are, and get a short-term loan. And that's what we're doing. We're doing short-term pawn-style loans. The only thing backing them up is the slab itself. There is no credit check needed. Whether you pay off the loan or not, it will never go against your credit because the only collateral is the slab itself. They're 4 or 5 month loans on average. They're interest only. Take advantage of it. They are completely safe. We keep your books completely safe. Don't worry about that. And they will be sent back upon you paying off that loan or extending the loan if you want to continue to use that same book to get more cash to build up your collection or whatever it is you're using the funds for. So you can learn more about the collateral comic book loans down below in the other videos on the channel. They'll answer all your questions. And then go to geekassets.com. Fill out the comic quote form if you're looking at either selling us books or if you're looking at potentially getting a loan against those books. We work with dealers as well as collectors. Have a great day. Have some great ideas for some videos coming up real soon. I think you guys will be interested, and I'll be interested to have more dialogue with you guys. So the books that I've shown you today, let me know which ones you've never seen before. Let me know what would be really cool to slab. And I slab stuff not just because of value. I slab because I love the covers, or they have an emotional value to me, or things that I think would look really cool on the wall. So with that in mind, I hope you guys are having a great Memorial weekend. Stay safe. I know the states are opening up right now. That doesn't mean you shouldn't stay safe. Do what you got to do. Have a good time. Get out. Enjoy the outside. And we'll see you on the next video. Take it easy. Bye-bye.